Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Face the Heels, episode 6. My name is Ben Cornett, and tonight we're going to dive deeper into the WrestleMania builds for WrestleMania coming up, and we're only a couple weeks away, so it is getting close to that time. And also, we're going to discuss some other stuff here tonight on the show. Let me put that up there on the ticker. There we go. We're going to discuss obviously the build to WrestleMania. Also, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens reunited on SmackDown, and they were on Raw as well tonight. We're going to also talk about Rhea Ripley. She had a tweet today that was very kind of interesting, talking about fans stopping performers for autographs and stuff. Is there a code of conduct for that? Should we be allowed to go do that to performers, because they have a life, outside of wrestling as well. So, and Andy Kaufman, I don't know if our younger fans may not know who Andy Kaufman is, but he was a comedian who, in the '80s, had a rivalry with Jerry the King Lawler, and he's being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. So, we're gonna dive into that. But first, let me bring in some guests here. First of all, let's bring in one of my co-hosts from NFL Edition, Mr. Alec Schomber. Alec, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. And then our other host on NFL Edition, co-host,
He actually did show up in the backgrounds, in the shadows, the
he is
shadow
Mr.
realms.
Johnny Dean. Johnny, how you doing, man?
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
What are you talking about, Shadow Realms? Is that what's behind you there, man? That glare
No,
is blurring your face,
background.
dude. Is like attacking you.
SmackDown fist logo.
You can't
Yeah.
tell.
Stage. Yeah, hold on. See?
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd spice it up for the episode. So, well, anyway, guys, good to have you guys on the show tonight. Right now, we're in the middle of Raw. We got Rhea against Bailey. Obviously, she had a nice showdown with
I
Charlotte.
didn't
They
know
got
Raw
into
was on tonight.
it's Monday night, Johnny.
I forget these things sometimes, man.
Okay.
It comes with age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
Alzheimer's is kicking in.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's kicking hard.
Jesus.
Well, you know what they say about Alzheimer's? It's at least you get to meet somebody new every day, right?
Yeah.
Hey, glad to meet you, Ben. How you doing?
Good, Johnny. Nice to meet you, bud. So yeah, we're gonna dive right into it. As you know, we had a
That's on
reunited
Peacock, right?
what Raw? No, on USA.
Oh, for friggin' hell!
Yeah.
Get off of there.
Yeah. So right now they got Chad Gable and Otis. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but it's weird. But anyway, speaking of tag teams, this week we saw on SmackDown this past Friday night, KO and Sammy reuniting. They're gonna go after the Usos. They made a match for WrestleMania. It's for the tag team titles. This should be a good. I think we all knew this was gonna happen, but so what do you guys think? This should be a very good match, and I think this is where KO and Sammy are gonna win the titles, right?
Are they?
I think so. What do you think, Alec?
About the whole Sami Zayn situation, reuniting.
Yeah.
I mean, the real question is, how long does it actually last for? Because history tends to repeat itself with these two every single time.
Does it even last through the match?
Who knows? Could be.
I give it till
interesting.
SummerSlam. That's my best guess. I give it till SummerSlam before someone says the wrong thing to one another and they get into a freaking argument about it, or one wins a championship down the road and the other one's jealous, and then they're like, oh, why not get a title chance?
Ricochet and Chad Gable.
Their history has been the same thing over and over again. it's like a toxic relationship. You break up, make up, break up. It's like
Like
question is-
Alec and his sports teams.
no. Sadly, the only one I have a makeup breakup with is my college team. That's about it. I already know what to expect with the Lakers. I already know what to expect with the Bucks. I already know what to expect with the Cardinals. Oregon, on the other
And this
hand,
has
they've been breaking my
and this
heart
has
since
something to do with,
2007. So
well, does this have something to do with Sammy and Kevin Owens? I mean,
You
did the
saying it
Lakers
right
sign him?
now?
sports team. So
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so predictions. I think the Usos are going to end up losing the titles at WrestleMania. I think. What do you
I
think,
mean,
Alec?
You think
it's
so?
about time, right?
that was the question I
Yeah.
asked you on Saturday, but you never answered back to that one. But I really feel like it is because if you look at it, the only thing holding back Jey Uso from actually I think it is. Yeah, Jey Uso from staying with Bloodline is those belts. Once those belts go away, he leaves. In my opinion, but I could be wrong.
Well, did you see
And
the?
Sami Zayn had a point. The reason like Sami had a great point on Friday. Jey Uso is mad because he's not the one that got hit Roman Reigns with a chair, and Jey Uso knew
Yeah.
that was right. That's why he got quiet. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why Roman Reigns called him in the office, told him to stay behind. But don't worry, down the road, Jey Uso will backstab the Bloodline and leave.
Right, and you saw
That's
that.
what's
And you mentioned it in the office because kind of had that. There's a lot of tension. Jay had that kind of look like, yeah, I'm just buying
was
my
caught.
time until your back's turned and I got the knife. He's just buying his time, and I think the start of the crumbling of the bloodline starts at WrestleMania, and then you're going to see tension between Roman and Jay, and all. He's going to get mad at the Usos for losing the titles, and then Roman losing.
The real question is the way I could see it is if they lose the belts day one. It all depends. I can only see if this situation happens. If they plan the tag team titles on the first night and Roman Reigns' title belt on the second night, they lose their belts on the first night, and then Roman Reigns somehow I guess it'll be a situation where they both come out to the ring to try to help him out, but it ends up costing him the belt, loses the belt, and then on the fallout after WrestleMania on Monday night, that's where things escalate. But I could be wrong. That's if those two matches are on day one, day two.
Right. Okay. This little blurry thing was kind of my background is
That's all good.
kind of
that's what me and Kyle and Nick were talking about on Saturday. I was like, I feel like if Roman Reigns loses his belt, because I remember you told me SummerSlam, but I'm guessing that mindset probably changed.
Yeah, and again, they're gonna probably get it to where it's gonna be Jay and Roman at, like you said, either SummerSlam or maybe Survivor Series, because they like to plan these stories out. Give it a nice build, slow it down, not rush it too much. So right now we're starting to see just a little crumbling of the bloodline. That's going to go on for a while until
it's like a domino effect.
Yeah, exactly. So it should be a very interesting match between the Usos and Sammy and KO. The story's been built really nicely. I think they're going to win the titles. Sammy and Kevin, get it off the Usos. That's that first domino that's going to fall, and then Roman losing the title. It's going to be another domino. It's divide within. And that's what we're going to see. So that's what I expect. And Scott Thaler says, bring back Harley Race. Yeah, remember that? That's a talk about he's from St. Louis too, Scott. Definitely from there. But what we'll talk about next though, Alec, and I know you're a guy who likes to get autographs and everything, and from celebrities, wrestlers, athletes.
Oh, I
Rhea
never.
put out
That's the one people one like group I never try to get autographs from.
which
I
one?
learned my lesson the first time. Yeah, I never messed with them ever since. They're very stingy when it comes to that, so I don't
Gotcha.
blame them.
Right. So this is Rhea's tweet today, right here. As you can see, she says, "People need to respect that. That no means no. At airports, do not follow me outside. Today has put me off completely. I will not sign anything that isn't a personal photo of us anymore. Hate me, I don't care. Disagree with me. Try putting yourselves in our shoes for one bloody day." And that is the tweet right there from Rhea. I actually agree with her because they're
Some people
people
take
too.
it too far.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saw online, Alec, about like Rey Mysterio was getting hassled by a group of guys at the airport a few weeks back, and Mysterio was really polite. He says, "Look, he didn't get too upset, didn't scream or anything. He just told him to stop. Don't. I'm not going to sign that so you can make money off it." Which is what a lot of these fans do. They get these autographs, they get these collectibles, they make money off it, sell it on eBay, etc. And again, you got to put yourself in their shoes. Like if you were an athlete, I were an athlete or a celebrity. Hey man, I don't want to be hounded all the time. Like just give me some space every once in a while, man. Like so I'm with Rhea. Just guys, enough. Don't approach these guys every chance you get. Just be respectful. I understand. You want to get that autograph. You want to say, "Hey, I signed with. I saw Rhea Ripley. I saw Rey Mysterio. I saw Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. Man, I got their autograph. It's awesome." But again, you got to put yourself in their shoes. Realize that if it were you, if you were the wrestler or athlete or celebrity, would you like to be hounded at airports every few days, every time you're at an airport? It can get tiring, it can get frustrating, and so I don't blame Rhea for the tweet there. He's telling it like it is. So Scott says, "I give my autograph anytime anyone asks." Yeah. Well, luckily nobody asked, so you should be okay. Nobody's bothering you. But we appreciate Mr. Scott Taylor for joining in on the conversation in the comments. But yeah, Alec, we both agree, right? Like, just back off. Just don't give them the space, give them the respect. Just be respectful.
Yeah, this is
Right.
some people take it too far. Some people will freaking grab them. It's like their personal space, stuff like that. That's with any wrestler, any NBA player, any football player. There's just boundaries you just don't cross, and some people like to cross them way too many times, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I read a tweet from somebody the other earlier today, actually, saying that at a recent show, him and his kids saw them at a restaurant, saw some wrestlers. They just waved, and all they did was wave. They didn't go over there, they didn't approach them, so they sat down, ate their their dinner or whatever. Then when the bill came, he was about to pay for it, and they said, "No, the table over there got your bill for tonight," and that was the WWE wrestlers. So they came over because they didn't approach them. They even though they waved at the WWE, whoever the wrestlers were, felt like, "Oh, that's good. They respected our privacy. Let's go over there and say, okay, the bill's on us, and then we'll just talk to him for a few minutes, get photos and everything." So sometimes if you're respectful toward them, I'm not saying it's going to happen all the time, but
Yeah, it usually doesn't really happen a lot. But
yeah, but if you're just you wave and say hi. They're gonna, be nice. I'm not saying they're gonna grab your bill or anything, but in instances like that, that's you're getting rewarded because you're being respectful toward them, and then they don't mind. If they're willing to do that, and they want to do that, they'll be respectful to you. So, it goes both ways. But
Yeah, I think I've
I
only
thought it was,
got I think I've only
what's
got
that?
pictures with two wrestlers.
Hmm.
I think it was one was gosh, I'm trying to remember. It was like a show in like 2012. But I forgot who the wrestler was. But that's that one. That picture's long gone because I don't have access to that phone anymore. The other one was I went to that SmackDown show last year, and it was after like after SmackDown they had an additional match, and everybody was like I think before the match happened like everybody left, so I went
Yeah.
down to the very front entrance.
Hmm.
That's when they had the Sasha Banks versus Charlotte fight,
Yeah.
and then after like I already knew it was gonna be a long shot to even get a picture, so I know how wrestlers
Hmm.
are. So I
Yeah.
stood there. She like walked around. She went on both sides, like the entrance thing, the little barricades.
Hmm.
And I got a picture, but like she only goes to like surprisingly enough, unless you have her like a shirt of her like her shirt that she like brand that she has for the company. She will not get a picture with you. It's actually crazy. I know it's actually a
Well,
true statement until actually I've not kind of like saw each person she went to, and it was the only person that had her shirt. It's kind of weird, but
yeah. Okay. Well, Scott, he has a comment right here. He says, "Public figures must expect to be hounded. Most people don't carry anything to be signed. Kurt Warner used to pick up checks in St. Louis all the time." Well, yeah, but I mean, they expect it. I'm not saying they don't, but still, as fans, we need to be, mindful and respectful of their privacy because, you know, they're living the same lives we are, except they're in the public eye 24/7. Me and you, Scott, we're not celebrities, so we're not going to get hounded and approached by people on a daily basis. So the point is, we just want to put ourselves in their shoes, be mindful that again, you know, there's a life outside of their job. You know, yeah, they're on our TV screen every week, they're on our phone every week, but once they're off that phone or TV, then that's it. They got to live their own lives. So, and props to Kurt Warner. That's cool that he did that. But not everybody's like that either. So, you know, yes, athletes, they have to be respectful too, but they don't owe us anything. Okay, they don't know us. Yeah, they don't owe us an autograph. They don't owe us a handshake or a photo. So, um, yeah, let's bring this guy back in. Johnny, what's going on, man?
That's nothing. I tried to come back, and I get it took me to my stream yard.
Oh,
That was weird.
yeah. Hey, Johnny, we just talked about it. I'll show you something real quick. Um, Rhea Ripley put out a tweet today about the fans. She feels like it's too much with being hounded for autographs and everything. Um, it says people need to respect that no means no. At airports, do not follow me outside. Today has put me off completely. I will not sign anything that isn't a personal photo of us anymore. Hit me, I don't care. Disagree with me. Try putting yourselves in our shoes for one bloody day. I agree with Rhea. What do you think,
Yeah,
Johnny?
I agree too. I'm just trying to get settled back in here.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
let me read that again.
Oh, okay. I'll put it right up.
Okay, I agreed to a point with her, but she did. She is the one that wanted to be a star and put themselves out in the public eye. That's the same old argument we get about everybody, right?
Hmm.
So, there's a give and take when it comes to being a public person.
True. That's true.
And you go into that knowing this already. So
Yeah.
you can't have
No,
the
no
fame
doubt.
and fortune without your fans, right?
Correct. Fair. That's very fair. But I think it's one of those where it's like, okay, he probably said, okay, no, not right now. But then fans keep following her. Those are the kind of fans I'm talking. The ones that keep
Right.
following around and just keeps taking pictures, got their phones in front of right in her face, or like, as she's getting to baggage claim or whatnot, or just sitting there waiting for her flight, stuff like that. That's where I could see it just going too far. Where if she told you no, just respectfully now. If she respectfully said,
Exactly.
"Hey, not right now," okay, that's cool. She already told you no. Just I'm just saying, be mindful of that. Don't be a jerk and just keep getting in her face or like, oh, come on, why won't you sign that? Stuff like that. But I do. But it is fair though, John. You're right on give and take. It's like what you're getting into.
There's also the fact that she's not the first person to ever have fans. You know what I mean? And she could have dealt with it a lot better than telling all her fans to basically F off, right?
Yeah.
You read the last part of that statement. She's like, I'll never sign another autograph or anything again. So she's basically telling her fans to F off.
Yeah. Now, she could be in her role too. She could be using that as getting more heat with as a bad girl, as a heel.
I hope she knows that just brought more heat than anything else. It's just going to mean she's going to have fans that are spitting on her and stuff like that, man.
Well, they did that in the 80s as well. And speaking of the 80s, guys, I know Alec wasn't around during this time frame, but we found out that Andy Kaufman, this guy, Johnny.
I love Andy Kaufman. He was so awesome.
Yeah, he's going to be inducted in the 2023 Hall of Fame for the WWE.
For that match he got into that time?
Yeah, with Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah, that was hilarious, man. That was a hilarious match, dude.
And people don't realize he brought attention to pro wrestling. He put it on the mainstream back in the 80s. So it got very popular, him and Jerry the King Lawler. Now, Andy Kaufman's a comedian. For those who don't know, he's a comedian. He was also an actor. He was on Saturday Night Live. He was also on Taxi as Locus. That was his breakout role. And then
you've heard him talk about that kind of hurt Jerry Lawler's career a little bit too, right?
Yeah, it did a little bit, but it was a risk, and it was a risk that paid off though, because again, it brought pro wrestling to the mainstream.
Right.
Andy Kaufman was a huge Hollywood star. At that time, wrestling was kind of a dirty little secret. People who watched it they were kind of looked down upon, but Kaufman was a huge wrestling fan. And he would do these matches, these intergender matches with women. He would just wrestle women. And then he would do this thing with
He was exactly like that guy that played tennis against, what's her name? Billie Jean King. And, I can't remember the name. The guy that was playing her, she whooped his ass.
Oh, yeah. Let me Google it real quick. Yeah. Billie Jean. Oh yeah,
Reigns returns tonight.
Yeah, I saw that. It was Bobby Riggs.
Yeah, Bobby Riggs. That was it. Yeah.
And they did a movie too about that back in, I think it was 2017.
Battle. Still, people can't remember his name, but they know Billie Jean King. So
right, yeah, Billy. But it had Steve Carell and Emma Stone in it. So it was a good movie, actually. It was a pretty good movie. Check that out if you get a chance. Also, the Kaufman-Lawler rivalry, it also was a movie, too. Jim Carrey, remember Man on the Moon?
Yep.
Yeah. And played by Jim Carrey. That was a good movie. So check that one out as well. Alec, if you get a chance, YouTube it. Put in Andy Kaufman versus Jerry Lawler. I know it's way back in the 80s before you were alive, but it was some really good stuff.
I got you.
Okay.
So glad I bought that video game.
Yeah.
Good old
Scott Dollar,
2K.
you're an asshole.
Yes, Scott, I'm ready. It's next Thursday against the Toronto Blue Suckers.
Jays. All right.
Trash.
Let's see.
Blue
Some
Jays,
celebrities
trash.
carry pre-autographed cards to hand out quickly so they can move quickly away from fans. Well, they don't do that at airports.
It's not
Scott.
not
They
everybody does
should, because
that,
that's
though.
where you run into most of your fans at anyway.
I think it's more so like how
Yeah.
people approach them in that sense. I think it's like one thing if you just ask for like an autograph, or if it's another one because I've seen people where they like record them, like put the camera in front of their face.
Or
it's
maybe
like-
she's just not built for fandom. You know what I mean? She might have a
Like
talent
even
that she's using, but she might be an introvert. There are those out there like that. You know, you're in the
No,
wrong
there's
line of
some.
business, but it's still, you know, that's where your talents lie.
I mean, but I'm not going to go. If I see her in the airport or anywhere else in a restaurant, I'm not going to go up to her like a fanboy and say, "Hey, here, sign my autograph," or "Here, take a."
I fanboyed Neil deGrasse Tyson. I met him in
Oh, yeah?
the Baltimore airport. Yeah.
Mm.
I couldn't help myself, man. He was like one of my heroes and shit. But I had to
Oh.
ask him, why in the hell did you dump Pluto, man?
Did he? How was he? Was he?
He laughed.
respectful?
He thought it was funny.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Well, I mean-
he was a pretty good guy, man. He was a really good guy.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people that are willing to say, what's going on. Hey, how you doing?
He'll engage with you if you're a fan. He will actually sit there and engage with you because he loves to spread science around. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It really is. That really is his true nature. We see him on TV and stuff like that. That's not him. He is a real scientist. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's right.
He just happens to be personable.
Yeah. Was Tanya Tucker accosted me in a hotel lobby? What?
Oh, it's okay. Accosted. He said accosted her.
Accosted me. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
she
for you,
molested him. Come on, Scott. Wake up.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be asleep while you're typing. You're definitely dreaming.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, we agree to a point. Obviously, I'm just one of those that I'm just going to be respectful. Like, hey, I'll ask if unless it's somebody I really like, I'll ask him if they say no, yes or no, then I can live with that.
I used to see Mike Allstott at the docks all the time in Bradenton, and never asking for an autograph. We talked fishing all the time, but I never asked him for an autograph.
Okay.
And-
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes some of these celebrities, athletes, wrestlers, you name it, might not want to sign an autograph, maybe because they don't want you to make money off them.
Well, fans should be able to read the room. You know what I mean? If somebody's acting like they don't want you to approach them, don't approach them. Don't go up to somebody when they're trying to eat. Don't just read the room, man.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm getting to. I'm getting at. I'm not talking about, kids. You can't help that. Kids are going to be kids, so I exclude them from the conversation that we're having.
Well, that's the majority of wrestling fans is the younger generation.
That's
so
true, yeah, young, yeah, they're young. So
you don't want if I don't know the situation, so I can't say if it's kids coming up to her, then she needs to be ashamed of herself like that. You know what I mean? You want to encourage that. You don't want to discourage it. If it's adults, like somebody from Haystock Calhoun days, then be ashamed of yourself, dude.
Right.
Come on.
I think that's what she's I want to say that's what she's referring to. Those ones that are really going to hound you or trying to make money off, your autograph or your.
We don't
picture.
know. So either
don't
way,
know.
it's kind of a bad look the way she wrote the statement out. I mean, she could have done that. She could have been more political in writing it out. Not alienate her fans while still getting a point across.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe she just finally had it, or maybe, like I said earlier, she could be using that as part of the story. Like maybe she's in character when she's doing that just to get.
If it was
more heat.
paparazzi, or like the media or somebody just hounding her, I'd be on her side 100%. Yeah, because they do. They're dirty, man. When it comes to trying to get pictures and this and that,
Yep.
When you're out there just talking about fans in general, I mean, they pay your living. You got to respect that. It comes with the territory.
It does. I know some people pay kids to get autographs from people because most won't deny a kid. Yeah, no, you're under. That's a 100%, Scott. I could see parents or their uncles or their cousins like, hey, go over there. Like she's not gonna deny you, or just go over there and get her on. I could see that, for their benefit more than their kids.
And that kid should grow up and sue the parent or uncle, whoever the hell is doing it to them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Give me my damn autograph back. I got that. You didn't.
Right. It's like the guy at the baseball games where they're catching a foul ball and the little kid trying to catch it, then the one guy bumps people and.
Oh, I hate that. See, that's another thing. Thank you. That's another thing I hate about baseball. Just keep adding the list up, man.
Oh, come on. We're gonna go to a baseball game one day, Johnny. We are. Me, you, and Alec. We're gonna go to a Pirates game, and
if I need a nap, we'll go.
No, we'll make sure you're awake for most of the game.
No. My luck will go in the extra innings.
We got Oscar and Bianca in their tag team. Chelsea and Piper Niven. Alec, I know you got the hots for Piper Niven. Are you glad she dropped her name Dewdrop and went back to Piper Niven?
Well, those two can't even get along, man. How are they tag team partners?
Yeah. Well, that's the idea. They're gonna turn on each feet. They're already arguing. I like Asuka's look though, the kind of the Joker kind of look with the face paint.
Yeah, this whole thing is too obvious though. You got to come on, be a little bit more subtle. They used to do that back in the days, but it would be like shocking when it happened. This ain't shocking. That's not shocking to anybody.
No. It's what we call lazy booking. So. Oh man, you still with us, Alec? Or?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening because I heard your little Piper comment.
I know. What do you like her outfit tonight?
No, I don't. I never liked her as a wrestler.
Why is she not pretty enough?
She's what they call wasted talent.
I bet you wouldn't get in the ring.
At this point, they're just using her as a fill-in spot. Just like, you know what?
Now, see, that's a wrestler. I'd rather see women look like her than these models, man.
Hey, if they can wrestle and have a personality, yeah, why not? I mean,
exactly.
You always like to have different types of wrestling.
I think it was better when she was, what's her name's bitch?
Yours?
I think it was Natalia. Natalia, whatever it is.
When she was whose bitch?
Oh, it wasn't mine.
It's a good thing we're not syndicated.
No, we canceled, as they say. Oh, but Alec, your girl Dakota was on there tonight briefly.
Oh, we got comment jokes tonight.
No, you said that was your girl. You like Dakota, right?
See, I've taken my talents to Japan.
Oh, you like Asuka now?
No,
No. Well, who's
definitely
in Japan
not.
though?
If
Who's
we
in
dig
Japan,
hard
like-
enough, we'll get his point sooner or later.
Just
Hmm.
put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
You're on a talk show. Talk. Tell us what your point is, dude. We're not supposed to. It's not a guessing
Who
game, dude.
wrestles in Japan?
A lot of women. Dude. Name them.
Oh Lord! The one that was originally in WWE and then left to Japan.
Well, there's been some. Kari Sane.
Within the last like 6 months.
Dun,
Oh my
dun, dun, dun,
gosh.
dun, dun, dun.
Oh
So now it's turned into a trivia game. Okay.
no, I know
Yeah,
who he's
it's
talking-
trivia night.
I know he's
we're
talking
live at the
about,
bingo
he's like-
hall.
Okay, I know who you're talking about, but I thought you were like a few months ago, like screw that. I'm done with that. With her.
Oh, if you haven't watched the
No.
recent matches, it's actually pretty entertaining.
Well, I've been
I
doing
got
the show.
Jenna's autograph and lipstick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure your wife liked that one.
Jenna Lane, Jenna
Jameson.
Jameson.
Oh,
Jenna-
he's talking about the guy that was pretending to be a girl.
Oh, is that one of the
Yeah,
trolls or
that's-
something?
He likes the guys.
Oh, does he? Oh, no.
Way to go,
I didn't know
Scott.
Scott got down like that.
Was it Jenna Tilia? Is that who that was?
Yeah, that was it.
No, it's
That was
called
it.
You know, like-
Gina.
No,
No,
the
I
name
didn't-
was genitalia.
I didn't get that until I actually, after a few episodes, and I saw the. I'm like, gosh.
Me too. At least I don't feel bad now because it took me a while to get it.
I'll admit that was pretty brilliant. Whoever came up with that was pretty brilliant. Like,
What was that? Wasn't it in a 40-Year-Old Virgin where he talked to that female and her name was China?
oh,
Her
the
name was
speed
Gina,
dating.
but it was
scene?
actually
Yeah.
China.
Yeah, the speed dating scene. Yeah, I remember that.
So what happened to
No,
Oscar?
Scott.
I missed it.
I don't know. I missed it too. She's
I
cleaning
guess she
house
just
right
said,
now.
you're on your own.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she's there.
Okay.
I really
Oh,
wonder when
man.
what's going to get another title shot? Liv
Who?
Morgan. But they always like to push her behind because of her title runs with the SmackDown Championship.
Alec, you really wouldn't want to go out with Piper in that outfit? Look at
No,
Come on, man.
that's
She's so hot.
Scott's. That's Scott's
St.
type.
Patrick's Day and everything, Come on.
that. Mhm, yeah. Corned beef.
Scott's type. Oh God. Well, thank you.
Oh, okay. Fine. Chelsea's not bad. She's pretty hot.
Uh-oh, there they go.
Well, you knew it was so predictable, Johnny. We knew that was going to
Yeah,
happen.
right. It was like 1, 2, 3, do this. 1, 2, 3, do that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Break that back.
Yeah.
Face plant. Ugh. Is that a FU or a F5? That's a FU, right?
That's a
It's John Cena's FU.
man. That's pretty impressive. Being that
With
strong.
big bitch. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, you don't want to do that to Piper there, Alec? Just give her a nice slam and on your bed? Or...
No.
No.
Hey, what's this? I know that they have this show on Sunday. It's like a WrestleMania house show. What's that all about again?
Oh, Yeah, they have house shows.
I mean,
Is
I
it
don't have
St.
house show, but like a WrestleMania edition of it.
Yeah, they Well, it's not house shows or non-televised wrestling shows they put on. WWE does that, and AEW did their
Actually,
first one Saturday night in Ohio. They did a non-televised show, so it
because they have
those
a
are the
house
kind of
show
I hate
here.
to say this on your show, Ben, but Oscar's got some tongue action going all the time, man. What's with her?
oh, it's okay. Yeah, we're in the late hours of the night. Nothing wrong with a little tongue action.
Roman Reigns up next.
Yes, it's time. Should
Was this
be-
in St. Louis?
Yeah, tonight's in St. Louis. Yep.
Why weren't you there, Scott? You could have told us all about it.
Yeah, man, you could have waved in the air, the crowd. You know, like
You could have asked.
Ben.
You could have asked what's her name for Miss Ripley for an autograph.
Yeah, there you go. Probably beat down his little butt. Oh,
I
man.
want to see somebody ask her for an autograph now.
Yeah, there you go.
See, I started to say Jericho. Edge, go up and ask her for an autograph.
Oh, yeah. No, there should be a fan that has a sign that says, "Can I get your autograph free?" Oh, I want to see that one. SmackDown will be out here
Speaking of
Friday
which.
night. Yeah,
In
Friday
Vegas,
nights.
Will, the,
Yep.
will there be
MGM.
will there be a Ben appearance?
Triple H looks like crap, dude.
Does he?
That's what happened to him, dude.
Yeah, it comes with the job.
I thought
I don't go
steroids
to
came
big
with the job.
sporting events.
Unfortunately, Alec, I will not be making an appearance there. I got to work, so and I had my days off already. So I
Oh,
couldn't
you're
do-
not going to go ask Ripley for an autograph?
Nah.
Come on, man. You can sneak out of
Maybe.
work long enough for that.
We'll see. I don't go to fake sporting events. Yeah. Okay. Well,
He's lying. He
You
goes to
watch
baseball all
big
the time.
shows, though.
jeez, come on, man. You know you're excited for opening day next Thursday, Johnny. How many
I was
Pirates?
gonna ask you a
I'm
question about
excited
that.
for it.
But I can't talk about it on here. But I'll ask you after.
Ask me about. Oh, okay. Yeah, ask me
Yeah.
after. How many Pirates games are you going to go to, Johnny?
Oh, probably about 50 or 60.
Oh, good. Show your support, man.
Yep. Got to support the teams.
All right, man. Well, we're going to wrap this baby up. This has been an interesting episode, but I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. Not a whole lot to talk about, but we will.
We don't finish up with the Roman Reigns stuff.
We could, if you want to talk about Roman real quick. I mean, this.
I got to see what happens before I can talk about it.
Only swings his own bat.
I swing the hell out of it too.
That's what created the whole football team.
Yeah. Yeah, you should show Scott like how you swing that bat. Not on
Too
here.
old, but he couldn't swing a bat. He's too old. He's got kids. He evidently he learned how to swing a bat when he was younger.
Fair enough. All right. Oh,
What do you
man.
expect to come out of Roman Reigns?
He'll call out Cody, and then I could see a confrontation, and then possible beatdown. And
They gotta quit darkening their beards on these commercials, man.
oh yeah,
It looks like
still
it's
swinging.
I'm still swinging. Oh, okay.
Oh darn!
Here we go.
Japan should walk off.
Is it your
Oh, that's a
Fudge.
weigh-in. What? They're doing a weigh-in in wrestling? Why?
Well,
It's
Ben,
not like they do the weight restrictions on here. You know?
well?
Japan-
What's gonna happen? They're gonna beat each other up before the weigh-in, and it's wrestling today. It's too predictable. So, I'm sorry, Alec. What were you saying?
Japan just hit a walk off, so that's what we play tomorrow. Fudge.
Good. Looking forward to that. So, Japan and the USA.
All I gotta say is, if Wainwright's pitching on the mound, you just cook it. We want Lance Lynn pitching.
Well, who's he wrestling at WrestleMania? You know?
Oh, he's wrestling Lars Nootbaar. It's a ladder match
Oh,
for the Intercontinental Championship.
okay.
When's Heyman going to retire?
I don't know yet.
He's been around
Until
since
his,
the 70s,
until his
dude.
tribal chief tells him to.
He's been around forever.
Hasn't he? Man, over 30 years, man. 40 years.
Can you imagine all the people he's pissed off?
Yeah.
How
I think
can
you
you
know
walk
he's
down the
Van
street?
Dam like 4 times.
He started out as a photographer for a wrestling magazine back in the 80s
Yep.
in New York, and then got a job being a manager, and he's been around. Scott says, I got a walk-off home run just about 2 hours ago. Oh, man.
Where's the rest of the
Oh.
Romans crew?
I don't know.
Oh, they were
Probably-
told to take the night off and enjoy sushi and lobster in the office.
Can't watch us back from all of them, can he?
No. No. Solo's a badass.
When is
isn't he?
Heyman going to turn on Roman? That's the question. Everybody just
Well,
talk about Sammy and all this stuff, man.
Yeah.
The real question is, when is Heyman going to turn on him?
Or Jay. One of the Usos. Yeah. That's what I'm predicting. It'll be Jay Uso. They're building it up until after WrestleMania.
If
and
that
then-
scenario I told you about earlier happens, then I can see it. I can definitely see
Yeah.
it because you gotta think. Like if
You know,
that
the
scenario
biggest
actually
storylines
happens,
in
it
wrestling
actually
is always when
works,
the manager
honestly.
turns on somebody, like when the Undertaker's Paul Bearer turned on him with Kane and stuff. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the
'Cause
best
more so,
storylines, dude.
Yeah, that was in the mid '90s. I love that. That was at a SummerSlam '96, the Boiler Room Brawl.
Yeah, oh, the boiler room. Oh my God,
That
that
was
a
wasn't that
2-day
incredible?
event.
Well, they filmed it the night before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
had to
they
do it-
finished the hallway scene the next night.
right. Yeah, so they did a lot of unique things with that. It was pretty creative, so to say the least.
I'll be honest with you though.
Mhm.
Is it bad that I have a weird feeling that at WrestleMania, this is if the Usos don't lose their belts, which I hope they do, because then it'll make that storyline I told you about earlier more realistic. But I feel like the Reigns and Rose fight gets stopped due to interference.
Nah, they're gonna have a winner. They don't want to end WrestleMania like that.
Because reality,
I want
the
the
biggest
Rhodes
situation
fight
where
to end up like a Dusty Rhodes fight, which would be
Yeah.
like a Cactus Jack fight. You know what I mean? Break out the staples, throw it all over the floor, break out the broken bottles and stuff. Really go for it, man. You know. See if
Good old
Rhodes has
hard-
what his daddy had.
Oh yeah, because I'm his daddy, baby. His daddy. I produced
You
him.
see all those scars on
Mhm.
Dusty's head and shit, man.
Oh yeah, that's all the scars, daddy.
These guys are too pretty, man. You got to scar
I
them up a
wrestled-
little bit.
I wrestled Eddie Graham, baby.
Oh man.
Back in Florida in the '70s. I
No,
wrestled
but-
Ric Flair, baby, in the '80s. I beat that boy
but
up.
honestly, I feel like
Superstar.
that-
Superstar,
that situation could happen though. Having the Usos lose their belts the first night, and then the next night Roman Reigns has their fight, and then Jey Uso and Jimmy tried to interfere or try like basically it'll cause a distraction for Roman Reigns. And then
Uh-huh.
he loses his belt, and then
Yeah.
on Monday it's just chaos.
Yep.
I gotta hear this confrontation a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Let's we're gonna mute the mics. We can't
Yeah, I
play the
know.
sound. That's copyright. So we're gonna mute it for a sec, guys, and we will. Yeah. Stand by, guys. We're gonna listen to the Roman Reigns promo first. We can't play it because it'd be copyright, so we're gonna mute for a second. We're
There's
gonna listen to
Cody.
Again, guys, if you're wondering why we're muted right now, we're going to listen to the Roman Reigns promo. Him and Cody have just come out. We can't play it for you again. It's because of copyright. We can't play the promo, but we're going to listen to it for a few minutes, and we're going to give our thoughts about it after this promo. So check it out.
Cody Rhodes has the worst music ever.
I disagree. It's a badass song. I like it.
It sucks.
For anybody that is tuned in, we are got it muted because we're listening to the Roman Cody promo showdown. We can't play it for you again because it's copyright, but that's why we're kind of muted and not saying anything. So we will give our thoughts about that after the show's over, which in a few minutes.
And now, USA original. What was that?
Chris Lee knows best.
Yeah, you listen to your dad,
I
Sokoa.
thought that was a pretty damn good script.
It was real good. I liked it. I liked the emotion out of it. I liked Roman just didn't have a word to say. He walked away.
What could he say? It's all true.
Yeah, that was great.
And I can see in the future where, of course, we're going to see a dark Cody.
And on today's episode of USA Chris Lee Knows Best, do your taxes. Don't lie on your taxes, or else your cancer show won't be canceled.
It's still on the air, so it hasn't canceled yet.
Tax evasion's the B word.
Mm-hmm. But that was a great promo.
Good night, Scott. You suck.
My goodness.
Hey Scott, how them Rams doing? Oh wait, never mind.
It's like watching video from the International Space Station. That's nice. That was a good one. I'll give him that.
I bet that was
that.
interesting to be watching.
I started that one. That was pretty good.
So break it down. What do you expect now?
I mean, this is the build up to Mania next week. Now you're seeing some erosion from the bloodline. It's slowly crumbling just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's starting to.
I missed the
slowly
weigh-in
crumble.
though.
That's next week.
I thought it said up next.
No, next week.
Okay.
Yeah. next
I got
week.
cataracts, so I got an excuse. What's yours?
You see this?
Oh wait, you don't need an excuse. You got it. Oh, same to you.
Oh, you caught it. Good. Your cataracts isn't that bad. Anyway, well, speaking of next week, that's when we'll be back here on Face the Heels. But good episode tonight. Again, if we were pausing and not saying anything for 5 minutes, we wanted to listen to the last segment. Again,
Didn't expect it to be that long.
right. Well, it was about 10 minutes. It's just that we can't have the sound on. Obviously, again, it's copyright. Can't do that. So that's why we were telling you ahead of time that we're going to be silent.
Unless we're just on YouTube, then you could see it.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, guys, this is a good episode. Johnny, thank you for coming on tonight. Alec, thank you for coming on. They will both be on NFL Edition Thursday night, 9 p.m., 6 p.m. Pacific.
I probably won't be.
You probably won't be? Okay.
I probably won't be.
But you did give some topics out, right, for our NFL Edition?
Yeah.
Going to start talking draft, I believe it is. The mock
I'm
draft.
not sure about that yet. I don't. It depends on Alex if he wants to do that or not.
Okay.
I got into the fantasy stuff today because NFL Fantasy Live is back on. So
Yeah.
I started
Yes,
looking
okay.
over that. And I started comparing players and stuff, comparable players in different teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of Alex Loosemore, don't forget tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, his show Restoring the Roar, Detroit Lions podcast. He will be talking about the Detroit Lions and news and draft and free agents. That's on the Let's Talk Football platform. I will share that on the Benzone Facebook group app as well. So check him out. He's a good friend of ours.
He also has
his
some
show is
articles
great.
out too. I think he said
He'll have some
3.
Yeah. So yeah, check those out too. With that being said, guys, we are taking off. Thank you for joining us on Face the Heels, and we will see you guys next week.